Good afternoon from Bob Butchard Court at the Southwell Complex on the campus of Columbia College. This is the Sophie Cunningham Classic, and this is Quincy High Blue Devil basketball from the girls' side right here on MeccaSportsCo.com. And welcome, everyone. I'm Jeff Wellman as we get ready. It's the Mecca pregame show, and we are at the Mecca Mobile Studio brought to you by Sleep Tight, better bed, less money. Sleep Tight, Quincy and Jacksonville, or you can also go Sleep Tight Midwest.com. And welcome again, second day of the Sophie for the Blue Devils, third day of the Sophie, and we're down to the last few games. I think this is game number 19, if I'm not mistaken. There are 21 games out here. Yesterday was a good one. The Blue Devils played tough, down 16-13 after one. At the half, down 25-24 after taking a 24-20 lead. Third quarter, 41-33, Devils down by 8, but they pushed it to the final free throw as the Devils led 56-52, gave up a bucket and a free throw, and Addie Bjorn was on the line, the Texas committal. Ready to hit the second one, missed it. Devils rebound, win 56-55 for their 12th victory of the season. They are now 12-5. Team we placed today, the Strafford Indians, and they are tough. Last year we lost to them in overtime, and it was one of those tough games because Kinley Larson lit us up for 9 threes, 34 points. Her older sister did not play in that game, but she played yesterday, and they went 31-25 respectively between the two. Last year, of course, the Blue Devils, 23 points from Jada Brown in that game, 11 points out of Madeline Hamby in the loss. The loss there was 60-54 in OT. We had won OT the first day. Yesterday, of course, the Devils won. Big ball game there. Leading the way was Jada Brown. She was the MVP of the game with 20 points. 14 from Cameron Byquist and 11 from Chloe Nicholson. A lot of stuff to talk about, but before we get to that, I'm going to take a break, and when we come back, Greg Logsdon joined us for 10 minutes. So he's our pregame, and I got to get going because there's only 10 minutes between the game. For all those who know Greg, he likes to talk too, meaning Coach Wellman likes to talk as well. It's the Blue Devils from the girls' side, taking on the Strafford Indians from the Sophie Classic, and it'll be right here on MeccaSportsCo.com.
Better bed, less money at Sleep Tight in Quincy and Jacksonville. Shop Tempur-Pedic, Sealy, and Stearns & Foster with free delivery, setup, removal, and 0% financing for up to 5 years.
Sleep Tight.
Sleep tight.
If you're building a house, remodeling an older home, thinking about a new deck, or need a whole new kitchen, Woodmart is your project partner. Since 1978, Woodmart has been the most trusted building materials and kitchen and bath design company in the Quincy area. At Woodmart, you'll find enthusiastic, experienced professionals helping you through every phase of your project. We offer smart advice for the contractor or do-it-yourselfer and top-quality materials. Woodmart Building Center, 2000 North 12th, Quincy, your project partner since 1978.
And welcome back to the pregame show. The coach's comments brought by the Cunis Auto Group, Faith Family, and Giving Back. We've got a coach this time, but we're not getting Brad Dance, the coach. We're getting Greg Logsdon, the coach of the Phenom down here, and a traveling team, or AAU or traveling, do you call it?
We call it travel team. AAU is kind of the universal term that they use for spring and summer non-school basketball.
Right.
So, yeah, we're based out of Missouri, and we call it a travel team, but AAU is kind of what it's referred to as.
Most people remember that, too. And before I get to talking about you, Greg played, of course, at Highland. Played at Culver Stockton College, won the conference, the only time we've won the conference, with a heck of a ball team, by the way. And he's come down here to Missouri and done a great job. And one of the links with Quincy is playing for the Phenom, is one of our players.
Chloe Nicholson's pretty good. I know she's been out sick for a few days. Thought she had a good game yesterday. Quincy's good. Brad obviously does a great job. And they've got some really nice additional players to go with her. But I'm kind of the lucky guy that I get to coach Chloe in the offseason. Really had a chance to watch her develop. I think she's still growing. She's over 6'2" with her shoes on. She's about 6'2.5" now. We play her at the guard and wing. She primarily plays PG for Quincy, but she's something special. She's ranked top 20 by ESPN and top 10 by 247 Sports.
I tell you, you and I communicated on, I think it was your last tournament at Chicago this year, and said we just wrapped it up. I was talking to Mason with Asher Scouting. He compared her to Addison Bjorn when she was that age, and that's a pretty good compliment.
Two really good players. I had a chance to see them. Addie Bjorn's a little bit more like to get downhill. I would call Addie Bajorn a point forward who likes to dribble drive it and trail the break. And Chloe's a little bit more of a primary ball handler, and Chloe shoots it really well. Chloe shoots the three really well. She's still developing. She's still young. She's putting some muscle mass on, but she has a chance to be really special. If you talk to the elite college coaches, they'll tell you she's got the skill set and the frame to be a pick and roller, and that's what they run in the WNBA. So most of the schools that are recruiting her are big pick and roll type schools because that's what she does really well. One interesting thing about Chloe is we work with a company called Cerebro Sports, and they provide a lot of statistics that no one ever sees. Last year in 16 EYBL, Chloe Nicholson, across all of the 32 teams, which are some of the top in the country, she had the number one score in all of 16 EYBL on a stat called DSE. And that DSE, D is in dog, DSE is defensive scoring efficiency. She was the number one ranked player in EYBL across all of 16U, which essentially said whoever she guarded couldn't score. She is hard to score over. She blocks shots. She alters shots. She's a really good on-ball defender. And across all of those, she got scored on the least out of all of the players on the 16 EYBL circuit and finished with the number one ranking last year.
Oh, pretty awesome. And when we look at her, even yesterday, 1 point till really the second half, but then she put it together, but she's got the rest of the game, and that is key on a team because you got to put 5 players on the court, and you can't just have one player. And first of all, you better play defense first.
Yeah, they've got other players going to college, right? They got a couple nice shooters. Miley Longcourt does a good job, and I mean Jada Brown's an animal inside. Like Jada Brown's kind of built for the summer game and the college game. She's big, strong, and physical. She knocks down the three. She can dribble drive it. She can post up. So Quincy does a really good job. Brad's got him organized. Everybody wants to go undefeated and win the state championship every year, but at the public school, you play the cards you're dealt.
Right. You
most of the time you play the cards you're dealt, and he's done a really good job developing in this group. They're better than they were last year. If you saw them last year and you watch them this year, they're better, which means the players are getting better, right? And the coaches, the team is evolving. So they're fun to watch.
And Miley is that. I've watched Miley's game from year 1 to year 2, handling the ball. Cameron Byquist is surprising a lot of people. She's got speed. She's got a gear that once she goes, you're not going to catch. And she's always around the ball, and I like that. And I think our biggest problem might be depth. When you look down the bench, we don't have a lot of subs in there, and so you get in foul trouble. And we saw it a couple times this year where Chloe had some tick-tacky fouls in that. And next thing she's on the bench, now you got to learn to play without her. But then she has to learn to play where she's at, understanding some games will let you bang. Others, if they're calling the touch foul, then you got to adjust.
Big gap when you come out of summer ball and you play high school. Mm-hmm. You practice for 6 weeks and then you start playing games. And typically all your best players are in foul trouble in the first quarter. And you have to evolve over the season. And early on, you've got to see how the refs are calling them. If they're going to let you bang, like in some of the bigger games, then that's how you play it. If they're going to call chest bumps out top, right, when you barely touch them, then don't do that again, right? And that's just part of being a high IQ basketball player and understanding what the refs are going to call and what you can get away with.
And that's the mental part of the game. And remember Mike Llewellyn?
Oh, yeah.
Mike's doing some stuff with that. He did volleyball with me this year, really big in volleyball, and he's doing a lot of mindset type stuff.
Fun.
And that's really where it's all at, too, because skill, head-to-head, but if I'm a fundamental player and I get the mindset to adjust and everything else, I'll be a better ball player.
Makes a big difference, right? I always say, I worked on the farm growing up in Canton, and my grandfather always used to say, work smarter, not harder. Mm-hmm. And I put that quote in the book, and it's, you've got to work smart. You can't just get out there and run around, right? There's a difference between playing hard and playing efficiently.
Yes.
So playing efficiently will keep you out of foul trouble. Playing hard and wild sometimes will get you on the bench in foul trouble. So it's understanding right how the game is going and being smart enough to adapt.
All right, away from basketball, how's the family? Where's the family at? The girls?
I've got big things on the horizon. I've got my oldest daughter's married, living in Kansas City, and she is pregnant, due in April. My youngest one, that was the basketball player, she is living in Kansas City, and she is engaged, due to be married in June. So I've got a big, along with coaching basketball this summer, I've got a big summer coming with some additions to the family.
I don't think you're going to be able to say it ain't about the money either when it's time for
It's not about the money. It ain't about the money, right? I mean, if you've been coaching long enough and you've been coaching youth, you kind of understand it ain't about the money. Unless you wind up at one of these Big 12, Big 10, ACC type schools, Power 4.
Right.
And you're the head coach. Most of the time when you're coaching, you're either trying to get to that spot or you're coaching because you really enjoy it.
And that's the thing I think we all do, and I know you have too. So, and next Tuesday, or this Tuesday actually, you're going to be back at your alma mater, signing books and donating to Highland and Canton, right?
A lot of fun. Really excited to come back. Look, it's always great to get back and see the people in Northeast Missouri. My family still lives there, as you know. You probably bump into them every now and then. But the folks in Highland and Canton in Northeast Missouri, that's the family that you grew up with. They've always got a special place in your heart. I always look forward to getting back. I always look forward to getting back in the gym at Highland. I learned a lot. I got a lot of great memories there. And they just happened to be Canton, where my mom currently lives, worked at the school for a while there, and all my nephews went to school. So.
And you were there at Culver Stockton as well. So.
Lot of history up in Canton and Highland. It's a Highland-Canton matchup. Highland was nice enough to ask me to come back and do a book signing. So I told them we'll donate 100% of the gross sales to the boys and girls programs at Canton and Highland, and then whatever we sell, I'll match it at the end of the night. So it'll end up being good for both programs.
Oh, good stuff there. And way to give back, Greg. It's so much fun, and so much fun to cover you when you played and actually coach for a year there too. And they asked me if I coached defense because they said you don't play defense.
Well, whenever we break up and practice a phenom, I normally take the offense, and one of the other coaches takes the defense.
I love it. So Tuesday, if you want to go up to Highland, it'll be Highland. What time is game time over in Missouri?
The game is at 6. The girls' game's at 6. Boys to follow.
Okay.
And we're going to start the book signing at 5:30, and then we're going to do it at halftime and in between the boys and girls game.
And you can get an autograph book from the second leading scorer all time since you got passed up at Highland.
Really neat. I got to go up and watch Austin Rich Miller. They did a big ceremony, but I got to go up to I stayed in touch with all the folks up there, and he's a great kid. I followed his whole career, and I got to go up and watch him when he broke that up in Brookfield, and then they presented the ball to him at Highland the following Friday, which was really cool for me. I mean, like, I hadn't thought about that record in 25 years, so when somebody said, hey, he's going to break the record, it was really cool to go get to see him break that. Funny short story. Rich Miller was playing show me games. Brad Gunlock, who's a longtime friend of mine.
I was just about ready to bring him up.
Longtime friend of mine. Brad Gunlock gets me at the show me state games. I'm coaching a girls team, and he said, hey, come over here. I want you to meet this kid. I think he can break your scoring record. I said, I want to meet him. So he took me down there, and I got to meet Austin. He was I think he was in 7th grade.
Oh, my.
And Brad said, I think this guy can break your scoring record. And I said, look, man, go put the work in. You can do it. And if you're there, if you break it, I'll be there to watch you. So fast forward 5-6 years after that, Brad said, hey, he's going to break it. So I honor my word, and I went and saw it.
Awesome. You know, there was a freshman at Quincy High that came in and said he was going to break he wore the number of a guy who was a great rebounder, and it was going to blow him away. It was Michael Payne, and Keyshawn passed him up.
He good.
Although Michael Payne had a hell of a college career.
The cool part is, like, we only had 2 TV stations back then.
Right.
It was channel 710. You had to either hold the antenna to get channel 3, or you had to put some foil, aluminum foil on the end of the antenna to pick up channel 3 up in Kirksville. So, like, we grew up watching the Mike Paynes and the Douglases at the state tournament in Quincy, and then I got a chance to see those Quincy boys teams play. The coaching staff does a phenomenal job over there on the boys side, and I got to watch them in the Norm Stewart Classic the last couple of years when they were down playing Chaminade, and I mean, just a really good team. And then I've gotten to know the long course because he trains Chloe, and it's really neat to be able to stay in touch with a lot of the folks I know at home, and then meet a lot of the new second generation of hoopers coming through. That means a lot to me.
There was a guy that used to drive closer to Quincy to listen to Blue Devil basketball in the 50s, and his name was Norm Stewart. And George Schultz tells us that story. He used to come in and listen to the games on the radio, and I thought that was pretty good. So, cool. Great job out here, and keep up the good work.
Thanks, man. Appreciate you having me on, and look forward to coming home Tuesday.
You got it. That's Greg Logsdon with the Missouri Phenom now, so if you got a good girl, he'll be glad to take him and train him down here. And Coach's comments were brought to you by the Cunis Auto Group, faith, family, and giving back. When we return, it's the Blue Devils and the Indians right here on MeccaSportsCo.com.
Thanks, bro.
Cunis Auto Group is proud to sponsor Mecca Sports Broadcasting.
If you're looking to score your next new ride, be sure to visit Cunis Honda.
And Cunis Hyundai of Quincy.
With over 300 new and used vehicles to choose from, you won't find a selection like this anywhere else.
Plus, give your vehicle the game plan to success by servicing with our new state-of-the-art service center.
Visit Cunis Auto Group of Quincy on 36th Street and see how Cunis makes it easy.
Get a 6-pack of 24-ounce bottles right now at Walmart for only $5.67. Choose any Pepsi product. That's a 6-pack of 24-ounce bottles for only $5.67. Do the math. That's amazing savings.
And welcome back at the Sophie Classic here on this Sunday. Jeff Wellman here with you here. Good ball game yesterday. Tried to sneak away a little early. Kind of hard to sneak away when it went down to the wire, as the Devils won 56-55 for their 12th victory of the season. We mentioned that Jada Brown had 20, was the MVP. Cameron Byquist had 14, and Chloe Nicholson 11. 10 of those in the second half. And as you heard Coach Logsdon talking, a lot of that stuff is away from the basketball, a lot of times on defense that you don't hear enough about here. We'll hear about that today, though, is matching up. And it was great to hear a little update on her as she's Chloe, as Coach works with it, and he talks to all the people around the country. Yesterday I was with Asher from Asher Scouting. It's Mason that runs that. He sat next to me, and actually today gave me his spot so I could get set up a little early. So thank you to Mason. Mason slides down here now as he's going to rejoin us here. Well, this team that we're playing today, they had a good ball game yesterday too. They played Solon Spartans out of Iowa. In that ball game, they won 84-54. They were down after the first quarter, 15-13. But a third quarter, scoring 20 points, gave them a 20-point lead, 64-44. And you've heard us talk about the Larsons. Kinley Larson last year lit us up for 9 threes, and we're talking deep threes, folks. In fact, once she walks into the gymnasium, she's open. And so you better follow her to the concession, bathroom, wherever she goes, and you're guarding her. You stay with her. If she goes to the bench, go sit on the bench with her. Now she's got her sister, older sister back, Elsie Larson. Elsie scored 25 yesterday. Kinley scored 31. And they were 6 from 11 from the land of 3. Teams are similar. Coming in here, the Devils are scoring 60 points a game, giving up 47.5 a game. Strafford on the other side, giving up 53-9, so about 6 points less. 67-4, 7 points more, there. And only giving up 44.6. So both the defenses are in that mid-40s, and it looks like they'd like to move it up and down the court a little bit more. Their only loss, first game of the season, 55-52 to Springfield Kickapoo. And, of course, this team is, Stratford, is from just northeast of Springfield on Highway 44. That's Springfield, Missouri, for those who are sitting around wondering about Springfield, Illinois. Also down here, we've got to watch Principia, who we'll see in the shootout in Quincy on the 24th. The girls will play them at 1:30. They beat West Plains 78-54, and Olathe South, Kansas, 84-70. So get your tickets for that afternoon. It's going to be a good one. Looking out here at the shooting, and I tell you, they launched the threes, they being the Indians. Yesterday they were 9 out of 14, and 6 of those 11 came from Kinley. And then we forget about Trista Van Horn. Van Horn had 13 points and 7 boards, and last year she had 13 points in the game against us. So you got a big girl on the side as well that you got to worry about. On the Devils side, yesterday, not only a good game on the offensive side, but on rebounding, Chloe Nicholson had 9 rebounds. Jada Brown had 7 rebounds. So to go with the double-double, 11 and 9 for both of them, and then Jada was 20 and 7. From the free throw line, 14 out of 20, shooting 70%. Launching the threes, we hit 6 of them, but it took 17 shots to get there. By the way, one of our sponsors and our halftime sponsor, 8 Open at Southern Kitchen at 601 Main in Quincy. They've got the OG sandwiches, signatures, Mayor Chuck Horseshoe. Feature plates, the Smash Burger. Next week on Wednesday, a new drop on the menu, and I believe it was a pork loin, smoked pork loin as well. So we'll have a chance there to check that out, and they'll be open on Wednesdays because right now it's on Thursday and Friday 11 to 8, Saturday noon to 9. Next week they'll start Wednesdays as well. That's 8 Open, Southern Kitchen, 601 Main in Quincy. And when we get back to our regular games at Quincy High Gymnasium, it'll be a situation where you can go there and sign up for a halftime shootout. And if you hit a layup, free throw, top of the key in half court, you'll get 2 Smash Burgers a week for 4 weeks. So good stuff there. Time for the starting lineups. Visiting team will be in their burgundy. Kind of looks like Moline, so Quincy should be psyched up. Trimmed in white. Number 1, Leah Gooden. She's a junior. She's 5'6". Kinley Larson, number 2, a sophomore at 5'8". Watch for her. Elsie Larson, her older sister, a senior, 5'10". Blair Boo, spelled like golf with a B. Blair Boo, thank you, Bob, for that one. Sophomore, 5'11". And the big girl inside, Tristan Van Horn, a sophomore at 6 foot. They are coached by Dustin Larson. They have a lot of assistants and a lot of managers as you look in the program. Now for your Blue Devils in their home white, trimmed in blue. Little white out there too. And of course all of our colorful shoes. Starting at guard, the junior, number 14, Miley Loncourt. Had a key 3 in the first and the fourth yesterday. Cameron Byquist playing some good ball from 85 feet from one end to the other. Where's number 20, junior? Junior Jada Brown, number 21. Inside, your MVP yesterday. Your only senior, Madeline Hamby, number 23. And closing it out, number 24, the sophomore, Chloe Nicholson. And that rounds out your Blue Devils, coached by Brad Dance, assisted by Brad Bergman. Also down there, Katie Klumper. Kelly Larson not there, but I did see her, but that was last night as they were kicking us out after the Blue Devils. By the way, congratulations to the Blue Devils. They won last night against Springfield, got back to watch the second quarter all the way through to the end of the game. It was a good ball game there as they took the victory. So a couple good ball games yesterday, and I expect a good one here. Devils are going to be working right to left on your dial. Jada Brown in the center circle, Van Horn in there to jump with her. And it's time for the Sophie Classic, or if you see her sister, call it the Lindsay Cunningham Classic. Tip goes up, and the Devils get it. Nicholson goes in, lobs it in, good with the layup. Devils score the first basket of the ball game. Back on defense, Devils will be 1-2-2. Nicholson at the point. Byquist and Hamby at the high post. Low post, Loncourt and Brown. Ball goes into Elsie. That's Larson, comes back out. Devils in the short corner. Turnaround shot, Elsie no good. Van Horn makes the basket. Could have maybe been a foul as Cameron Byquist came over to help out. And we are tied at 2. Devils back in the hot court set. Loncourt on the right side, man-to-man coming from the Indians. Goes inside, it's on the floor. Jada Brown works to get it and take it to the hole, but she had to take the arm of Tristan Van Horn away from her. Van Horn gets called for the first foul of the ball game. On the floor, so the Devils with Miley Loncourt triggering with a box out of bounds play. Glad you're with us today. Oh, and Chloe was looking to pass the ball before she caught it. Ball went out of bounds. Turnover goes to the Indians. Early in this one, haven't even played a minute yet. Glad you're with us here. Shout out to Coach Pettit as well. We've missed him. He would have appreciated this down here as well as he knows all the different recruiting and all where people are going. Big tournament with a lot of big names. Hamby flashes up high. Nicholson's in there. Horn turns around at the free throw. No good. Flashing in from the weak side. Got the rebound. Nobody screened out. Boo, excuse me. And on the alternate possession arrow, Strafford will have the basketball. We played a minute exactly. 2-2 in the ball game. Man-to-man for the Devils coming out of the timeout. Good drive right in front of the basket. No good. Nicholson goes over the back to get the rebound. Ball's on the floor, but Loncourt tracks it down. Devils working across. Down the left side. Byquist pulls from 3. No good. Weak side rebound. We got a foul inside. It looks like it will be on the Indians. And that one, I thought it might be on Boo. It's going to be on Van Horn. It'll be her second, the team second. So maybe getting her out of the game early inside. Devils get it inside bounds. Brown turns, looks. Hamby's out on the left side behind the arc. Shot, no good. Weak side, Chloe Nicholson tipped the ball. And last touch by Chloe. Indians will have the basketball. 6:37 left, first quarter action. Blue Devil basketball from the girls' side on this Sunday. Last day of the Sophie Classic. Had a chance to talk to Sophie and Lindsay. We'll talk about that at halftime. 25-footer, good. Here it is. Kinley Larson, you don't pick her up. She's going to drill it. And that was long range from the right side. 5-2, Devils down early in this one. Indians play man-to-man. Nicholson on the right side brings the dribble at the wing. Looking in for Jada Brown. It goes back to the top to Hamby. To the left side, Byquist. Byquist being guarded by Kinley Larson. 2 passes, gets Nicholson through the legs at the top. Chloe to the top, through the legs. 3-pointer, no good, rolls in and out. Jada Brown, strong rebound, and a nice interior pass. Cutting the basket was Byquist, but it went off the rim, no good. Good rebound, good pass, good take. Just didn't get a basket out of it. Devils back on defense. Oh, and it went into the high post. Boo went to the basket wide open and missed the shot. Devils get a break there. In transition, short corner, bounce pass inside. Jada Brown good. Give Nicholson the assist. Jada Brown gets her first basket. Great pass, first the drive by Nicholson, given the opportunity for the pass and a bounce pass inside to Jada Brown. Brad Dance, as I looked down, was in the official's ear. There was something he didn't like. The call was called, I think, on Byquist. First on the Devils, 2 on the other side. That's where Van Horn is taking a seat, as she's got 2 fouls. They bring in number 25, Zoe Allison. Zoe's got a little more height. Into the high post, Allison turns, brings it to the basket, now kicks out, and this is what they do, inside out. From the corner, 3, no good, and luckily it bounced over the backboard. You've got to cover the Larsons. They'll shoot, and they move the ball well, they being the Indians, and they launch from long range as Larson launched that first one from 25 plus. Devils across the timeline, skip it over to the left side. Byquist, crossover dribble to the basket. Larson beats her there. Long court to the top. All 5 on the perimeter, so the ball goes right side. Pick and roll. Good pass there. Nicholson gets another assist. Jada Brown gets the basket. That is a nice give and go. Good job by the Devils. Down, she took the lead now. 6-5. 4:49 left, first quarter action. In that high post, still Allison. 4 in the corner. They go to the short corner too. Skipped out high, having to track it down almost to half court. Lydia Gooden, number 1. Gooden over here to Larson, way behind the college shot. No good. This one went way over the backboard. Jada Brown for the rebound, getting double teamed, so Nicholson gets it and realizes somebody's open down court. Good pass from Byquist, and it went from Nicholson all the way down to Byquist, from the right side of the court to the left side of the court. Byquist sent it inside, and Madeline Hamby gets her first bucket. Devils do a great job of moving the basketball down the court. They get on a 6-point run lead, 8-5 with 4:23 left in the first. Quick timeout taken by the Indians. Glad you're with us here on this Sunday afternoon. Beautiful day for driving. By the way, thank you, Bill St. James, for riding along with me all the way down here. For those who know who he is, you know what I'm talking about. Don't forget, you can't go there today, but Atlas Slice at 121 North 6. Stop on down there. You've heard us talk chef-driven craft pizzas and wings, open flame, high heat oven. Thursday and Friday 4 to 9. Saturday noon to 9. That's Atlas Slice, 121 North 6. We'll give some more shout-outs throughout the day. Good crowd out here at Columbia College. 4:23 left in the first. Indians with the basketball. Devils with the lead, 8-5. Across the timeline, Elsie starts to make a drive. Larson brings it back out. Good job by Byquist. Devils matching up man-to-man right now out of the timeout, so switching things up on the Indians. Larson starts the drive. Does a good job. Gets Byquist to commit on the foul. Ball rolls out, so it won't be an and 1, but it'll be 2 free throws. We mentioned last year, Elsie did not play. For Byquist, it's her second, so she's got 2. Tristan Van Horn for the Indians has 2. Talked to Brad down here, and he thought that last year, Elsie might have played in the first game and then may have been hurt and missed the second game. So last year we didn't have the double your pleasure, double your fun. It was just one of the Larson girls. First free throw is good. 1 more to go. And nothing but net. You expect that out of shooters. 8-7, Devils halfway through the first quarter, 4 minutes left. A little full court pressure being applied. Getting into the center court, in the front court. And Jada Brown will go right to the hole. Both the guards split, went to the corners expecting her to pass the ball, and Jada went all the way in for the layup. She's got 6. Back in the half court set on defense. Back in that 1-2-2. In the corner, Kinley fires. Oh, out in the front, but it pops right into the hands of her sister, Elsie Larson, who was coming down the lane, got the offensive rebound. That was just a bad break for the Devils. We had everything covered out. Kinley missed the shot. Jada Brown drives, right baseline, fires it out to the left wing. Missing the shot was Madeline Hamby. Jada Brown on the floor, but here comes Larson. That's Elsie. All the way down, 8 foot in front of the basket. Loncourt comes up with a 2-hand block. Hamby takes it the other way. Across the timeline, again, working right to left first quarter. Hamby with a hesitation dribble, back out to Nicholson. Over to Loncourt, who's going to take a long 3 behind the college mark. No good. Elsie gets the rebound. We're going to have to do Elsie and Kinley, just so you know when I don't say Larson. Pass down court, and then taking a crossover out in front of the basket was Zoe Allison. Devils fouled her. Ball goes in. Allison will have a chance at the blue collar three. Substitution coming. Lizzie Van Horn. You had Trista Van Horn, who started now with 2 fouls. Free throw no good. Nicholson tips it and into the hands of Jada Brown, gets it back. Nicholson gets it back and across the timeline. If you heard Logsdon talking about playing PG, that's the point guard. Nicholson hesitation, kicks out to Hamby. Hamby starts a left-hand drive. And Madeline had her right hand out straight as a stiff arm. And Madeline's going to be whistled for the foul, her first. Devils third. Actually, they've got 4 up on the board now. I'll find out who my 4th one is here in a second. Got to look around the corner here. The scoreboard, I'm behind it now. 2:38 left in the first quarter. Devils down 11-10 to Strafford, the Indians. Devils in the 1-2-2, flattening out. Nicholson goes back down to the free throw lane. Elsie Larson hanging around in the free throw. Left side Kinley, and it's tipped by Larson. Check that tip by Nicholson. Tracking the ball down was the Indians. They have it again. Jada Brown almost takes the ball away. Kinley to the short corner, and Kinley comes to the short corner, a little fadeaway at the short corner. It's a 6-point run right now for the Indians, who lead now 13-10. Devils in the half-court set, 2 minutes left, first quarter action. High-low lob. Give Longcore the assist. Give Jada Brown the basket. Ball went from the right wing quickly up top and in for the score. Got to get my adjustment here on my scoring there, and I'm trying to keep your score also on the board for you today since it popped up. At the elbow, no good. Elsie Larson. Nicholson gets the rebound for the Devils. Across the timeline, being picked up there by Elsie Larson. Through the legs 3 times, crossover now. Through the legs again, in the corner. Mia Elfritz has been in the ball game. Passes it out to Jada Brown, who lost it at the free throw line, tracked it down. Madeline Hamby looked like she was going to take a 3. She went hard to the hole. Coming from the weak side was Elsie Larson with the block shot. Will be Devils ball on the baseline. Elsie Larson is 5'10", Kinley's 5'8". A little more height there from the senior. Box out of bounds play. Longcore all the way out top. Gets it to Brown. Brown to Hamby. Hamby looks. Longcore comes back to the top of the key to get the ball. Uses the screen on the right side of Nicholson's. Tries to do a little behind the back dribble. Has it knocked away. Saved. And it was near the line 2 or 3 times. I think we might have had a timeout. No, we'll get a jump ball. Good call. 1:11 left in the first quarter. 13-12. The Indians still with the lead. Great tournament. A lot of good people out here. A lot of good teams. A lot of good players. And a lot of college coaches. Nothing on the shot clock. And there we go. We'd forgotten we're using a 35-second shot clock. Since it was, it was a held ball, so shouldn't it have started over with a new 35? I'll have to ask question Coach Dance afterwards. Indians with the basketball, 1-point lead. First quarter action. Nicholson, Elsie Larson flew right by her. Takes the 14-footer, good. Used all the rim on that one too. Touched every part of it. 15-12. Devils down with the basketball. 48 seconds left in the quarter. Remember, 35-second shot clock. Ball was tipped away from Nicholson right in front of the Indian bench. Indians thought maybe Nicholson touched it, but it will go back to the Devils. 23 on the shot clock. Longcore working around a screen. Right side to Hamby. Hamby works on the sub that came in there a minute ago. Got to double check the number there. Oh, there it was. The ponytail got by as it was Lizzie Van Horn. 4 on the perimeter with Mia Elfritz in the high post. Down to 8 on the shot clock. Nicholson through the legs. Back out to Mia Elfritz. Mia out to Nicholson. She's going to have to pull up for 3. Does behind the arch. Good! Nicholson with the clock running out. Hit a 3-pointer from the right side at the college ranks. 15-15, and that 3-pointer's brought to you by Woodmart Building Center. 12th and Seminary Road, Quincy. Longcore, great job of stealing the cross-court pass. Miley with 3 seconds. Goes to Jada Brown. A 35-footer, off the back of the iron. And we have played 1 quarter here at the Sophie Classic. It's your Blue Devils 15, the Indians of Stratford 15. Back with second quarter action right here, MeccaSportsCo.com.
Start your day off the right way at Hardee's.
We have new items for our breakfast 2 for $5. You can get a biscuits and gravy, sausage egg, or cinnamon roll. Any 2 of those for $5. You can't beat a made from scratch biscuit here at Hardee's. sausage, egg, biscuits and gravy, or a cinnamon roll, 2 for $5.
Is there any place better for breakfast than Hardee's? Come see for yourself. Hardee's at 30th and Broadway, Quincy.
1 quarter in the book. Devils 15, Indians 15. Good quarter. It started off with a basket from each. Devils got the opening tip, took it in for a bucket. Strafford made a bucket and a 3. That was Kinley Larson from deep. Since then, she's been off the mark, but a couple of balls have bounced right to one-time her sister for an easy putback. Devils were down 5-2, ran 6 points off to take an 8-5 lead. Then it was 8-6, 10-6 Devils. 6-point run by Strafford made it 12-10. Devils tied it at 12. 3-pointer on the other side. That might be where my 1 point is. I thought, and that made 15. Devils hit the last 3 to tie it up at 15. Indians have the ball to start the second quarter. Nicholson at the point of the 1-2-2. Hamby and Elifritz at the high post. Down the low block, it's Jada Brown and Miley Loncourt, or ML the second. Oh, and a great job there. Nicholson took the ball away from Elsie. That is Larson. And then Madeline Hamby on the right side travels. Official on the near side, clear across the court, made it. Made a good call because he did travel. Devils back on defense. Stretched out as that defense is Nicholson. Then she flattens out at the free throw lane. On the other side, we got the 2 Larsons. Also into the ball game, I think Ada Baker, that's her first, as long as that's a 14. Also in the game, 34, that's Carly Davis. And Lizzie Van Horn. So, Nicholson almost got that pass back to the top. Into the high post. Kinley sent it right down to the low block and only 2 feet from the basket, but they'll send it outside. Baker will miss the 3-pointer. Rebounded by Miley Elifritz. And Jada Brown got the pass. And a foul in the backcourt. Carly Davis, her first of the second quarter for either team. Carly's got that big brace and taped up left knee, along with her white shoes, a little lime green, lime yellow, and pink. You know me, we're going to talk about shoe colors. Purple shoes of ML the second, across the timeline. Hamby, right side, takes a screen from Brown, skips it over left side, and a little bit by Loncourt. Bad pass across court or bad catch. Either way, it's a turnover with 7:10 left in the first half. Stick around at halftime. We'll have the 8 open halftime show. Break this one down, try to tell you some of the things that have happened here. Great conversation with Greg Logsdon in the pregame. Thank you, Greg. We will have Brad Dance after the game. Half court set on the Indians. Tried to go inside, and Larson had left Elsie, tipping the ball away, and the ball was on the baseline. Loncourt was hustling for it. Also hustling for it was Kinley Larson, and they're going to whistle it on Loncourt, her second. First team followed the second quarter. Both teams with 1 in the second quarter. Zeri Ward is going to have to check in. Loncourt is going to have to take a break with 2 fouls. Byquist also with 2 fouls, both sitting down. Devils come out in a man-to-man. Elsie Larson being guarded by Nicholson. Pops right side, Lizzie Van Horn. Lizzie looks, has a shot. Rolls in and out. Good job by Zeri Ward. Got the weak side rebound. That was all but in and popped out at the end. Nicholson, good crossover dribble through the legs. Crossover one more time. Pick and roll. Lobs it inside. Helps coming. Jada, though, gets it back. Kicks it to Madeline Hamby in the left corner. No good on her shot. Weak side. Indians, and they're off and running. Lizzie Van Horn gets under the basket too far on the fast break. Ball pops out, and Jada Brown with a rebound for the Devils. Still 15-15. Nicholson hears me say that, fires a 3. Misses off the left side. 1 and done on that. Nobody scored in the first 2 minutes, and the pace is up and down. Zeri Ward, a nice job coming up behind Kinley. Larson knocks the ball out of bounds. Substitution coming. Blair Boo into the ball game, number 33. Timeout taken with 6:08 left in the first half, 15-15. Looked like it was, well, we're sitting down, so it might be a full timeout. So we'll take a quick full timeout. Back with Blue Devil basketball from the girls' side on mechasportsco.com.
Ride the Baja Wave and refresh your senses with a blast of tropical lime flavor. Grab a Mountain Dew Baja Blast today. Do the do.
Get a 6-pack.
Back at the Sophie Classic on Sunday. Yesterday was a fun one. Watched a good one last night, too, when we got home. Ryan Brown right in the front row with his family. Camden's in town. Talked about getting Ryan for a pregame, and I was going to look for him to talk about the boys and the girls and talk about Jada as well as Camden, and ended up catching Greg Logsdon. That's why we went on. We went on early in comparison to the game before, but we actually went on after 1 o'clock, so everybody was in tune. So I hope we heard Greg Logsdon. I think one of those sofas, they got 2 sofas in the far end and from Baumgartner's and 2 on one other side. And they just mentioned how you can win them. There's some raffles. I just figured it was for Coach Logsdon and them to lounge in between games. Must be in the front row. Back out of the timeout, it will be Indians basketball under their own basket. Straight line all the way across the back. Or I should say the front line. Inside to Larson. That was Elsie. Back out here to Kinley. Kinley starts to make a drive. Stops at 14 feet. Gets it out to Lizzie Van Horn. To the left side. Nicholson gets out there, and you heard Coach talking about she can stop people. She's got the job of Kinley. Down to 9 on the shot clock. Boo with a dribble this side to Lizzie Van Horn. Boo now going to try to go on Jada Brown. It's in the corner. Mia Ellerfritz is right there. Last second shot, but not in time. Great defense from the Blue Devils. We have a shot clock violation. Mia Ellerfritz came out on Elsie Larson, not giving her an opportunity to fire that 3. Even if it wouldn't have been a shot clock violation, the ball didn't hit the rim, it would have been the Devils basketball. Man-to-man still coming from the Indians, picking up Nicholson at the timeline. Right side, Ellerfritz. She's got Gooden on her. Back to the top. That's Zuri Ward. Zuri, a crossover dribble to the left. The pass was right in the lane. Larson takes it away. Kelsey throws it down court to Kinley, and Kinley goes in for the easy layup. First score of the second quarter is 17-15. The Indians with the lead. Devils get a little pressure in the backcourt. Nicholson with Kinley, Larson on her. Crossover. Larson almost got to the point. Lob from way out high. Jada Brown inside. Jada gets it. Give the assist to Chloe Nicholson. We'll see if we get some halftime stats here, too. We've got some great assists, some good passing going on from the Devils. And quickly on the right corner, coming down and popping a 3 right in front of our face. Kinley Larson, her second 3 of the game. She has 10 already in the ball game. 2 threes and a couple deuces. 2017 Indians. Devils with the basketball. From the right side, coming up a little short. Jada Brown tries to save it, but stepped on the line. Chloe just came up a little short on the 3. If Jada would have got the rebound, possibly Ellerfritz might have been open. You mentioned Byquist and Longcourt both on the bench right now, both with 2 fouls. Can't get that 3rd foul in the first half. 4:30 and counting left in the quarter. Elsie Larson over here to Kinley. Kinley backs up trying to find a 3, but Hamby is there as well as Nicholson. 2 passes, gets it left side. They looked on the short corner instead, skipping all the way over to Gooden. Gooden comes in. Zuri Ward, great job of stopping her at 14 feet. Ball to the left side. And a 3-pointer. Kinley Larson is starting to light it up. She hit it from the left side. Defense got out there just a little bit late. Remember last year, 9 3-pointers against us. 34 points in the ball game. Lobbed inside. Jada fights for it. Then Jada gets bumped, squeezed a little bit. Larson slid down to help out. Ball was on the floor. Kinley will be called her first foul. Second team foul on the Indians in the second quarter with 3:57 left. Ward did a nice job as she comes out now. Byquist into the ball game. Box out of bounds play. Hamby and Brown down low. Brown steps to the corner, gets it to Byquist. 1 dribble over to Nicholson. Nicholson's on the left, brings the dribble back to the top of the key. Left side to Ellerfritz. Ellerfritz will bring her dribble to the top. Trying to get a crossover dribble, she couldn't. Byquist, right side, pass inside. Another assist and another basket for Jada Brown. The assist from Byquist on that one. Back on defense. 23-19, Devils down 4. 3:30 left, first half action. 5 on the perimeter, except for the cutters, and there you go. They cut, and then they go ahead and send to the corner. Long shot from the corner, no good by Boo. Rebound of Jada Brown. Jada Brown across the timeline before giving it to Chloe. Chloe saw an avenue, takes it, 6-foot runner, no good. Chloe rushes in for the rebound. Tips it, but picking it up on the weak side is the Indians. Here comes Elsie. Stops. Looks. No-look pass and a nice cut. No good on the shot. Boo missed it, but Boo got her own rebound and put it back up. Sweet no-look pass there from Elsie. And it's a 25-19 lead for the Indians. Pass from the right to the left. Jada Brown dribbles in, gets out to a 45. at the second block, misses, but Cameron Byquist gets the rebound. Cameron puts it up, misses. Cameron puts it up again. 2 offensive rebounds for Byquist. Gets the putback, her first basket of the ball game. Good job by Cameron, hitting them boards. Driving in, stopping, and partially getting it blocked by Nicholson was Kinley Larson, but the ball was tipped out. Indians have another shot at it. Hamby picks up Gooden. Ball goes right side, and a three-pointer. Elsie Larson was set up on the wing, hits the three, and that's the problem. You cannot cave in and help out on anybody driving to the basket because you've got too many weapons on the outside, and 2 of them are called the Larsons. Devils in the half-court set, down 28-21, 2 minutes left in the first half. Ball's knocked out of bounds in front of Stratford's bench. Loncourt's back in with the last 2 minutes exactly. Hamby takes a break. So Loncourt, Elifritz, Byquist, Nicholson, and Brown. Out to Elifritz, right back to Loncourt from the left side. 3, no good. Weak side, went over Jada's head. Cameron was trying to tip it to Jada and quickly gets her 3rd foul, so Hamby's got to get up off the bench and right back in the ball game as Cameron's got 3 fouls. Devils with 2, Indians with 2 as well. Good hustle by Cameron, just trying to make something happen. The ball bounced over Jada's head, so she came flying in there trying to tip it. And for all the contact inside, but that was a good foul. Cameron was just over top. Got to be a little more cautious there inside 2 minutes. Indians with the basketball and the 7-point lead. At the top, Gooden to the left side. That's Kinley Larson. In the high post is Boo. Boo gets the ball, but anyway, Nicholson tips it away. Loncourt gets it. Devils with a steal. Across the timeline, Nicholson's going to set a screen for Loncourt. Miley's going to do 2 crossover dribbles. She lobs it inside. Jada Brown lobbed it way overhead Jada, but Jada caught it. Jada went for a bounce pass into Elifritz. Ball was on the floor. Indians pick it up. Indians 3-on-2. Nicholson. And a great move there by Kinley Larson. She took the ball to the hole, got wide enough as she took it in to outstretch the arm and lay it in before Nicholson could block the shot. And Coach Dance wants to talk about it with 1:12 left in the first half. And we find the Devils down 30-21 with that break. We'll take a break too. More basketball right here from the Sophie on MeccaSportsCo.com.
Cunis Auto Group is proud to sponsor Mecca Sports Broadcasting.
If you're looking to score your next new ride, be sure to visit Cunis Honda.
And Cunis Hyundai of Quincy.
With over 300 new and used vehicles to choose from, you won't find a selection like this anywhere else.
Plus, give your vehicle the game plan to success by servicing with our new state-of-the-art service center.
Visit Cunis Auto Group of Quincy on 36th Street and see how Cunis makes it easy.
Back at the Sophie. And I didn't have a chance to really, when I saw Sophie and Lindsay earlier today, I forgot to say, hey, I'm so glad we're down here at the Lindsay Cunningham Classic. And then to wait to see and then turn to Sophie and say, now you're her younger sister Sandy, right? Didn't have the chance, but we did have a chance to chat a little bit before the ball game. Got a chance to take a picture, not with me, but our traveling sign. Then head back to a Quincy reporter, who I think Coach Dance might even taken a picture of that sign too to send back to him and said, hey, where you at? Shout out there, Shuck Daddy. Devils have the basketball with 1:12 left in the first half. Little full court pressure. Elsie Larson and Kinley both in the backcourt trying to hound Nicholson. She gets it across the timeline to Elifritz. Elifritz had Jada from the high post with a lob, but she didn't throw it far enough. Boo took the ball away. In transition, Boo has it left wing. Elsie Larson tried to go down to the block. She's trying to team up on Elifritz. Elifritz does a great job on D, and the rebound, Jada Brown. We've had Mia guarding a lot of big girls this year when she has to. 15 seconds between shot and game clock. Right side, Jada Brown with the ball. Nicholson made a cut, didn't get her. Jada brings it back to the top. Goes into Elifritz at the top. Wasn't really expecting it. Mia was at the free throw line waiting to spin away, and a turnover from the Devils. Pretty well shot in game clock the same, so last shot could be the Indians. Elsie Larson, the drive. The continuation, do they give the shot? We'll find out here. Devils commit. Jada Brown, her first foul, 3rd team foul. Will be on the floor with 20.1 seconds. Loncourt's going to go out. Zeri Ward checks back in. Straight across the line, 2 on the blocks and 2 in the corners. Kinley Larson pops out, gets the ball. Boo at the top, looking for somebody to screen and go back door. Goes into Gooden. Gooden inside. Good pass, or actually bad pass maybe. Devils had the rebound and then lost the ball. And the ball came flying in. Chloe stepped up and she commits her first foul. 4th team foul. So once we get a steal in a little bit of a hurry, mishandling the basketball. 6.7 seconds left, first half action. Steve Long with his camera down there on the baseline. Kinley from the right corner, has it knocked away. Good job, Ziri Ward. She had hands right away, knocked the ball away. 4.9 in the corner. Kinley Larson will trigger. Out to Boo. Boo goes inside, working on Ellifritz. Turnaround shot, no good. Elsie wanted a foul. Nicholson got the rebound, and that's how the half will go. Tied at the first quarter, 15-15. It was tied at 17 before a 6-point run by Strafford. Strafford opened it up and has a 7-point lead at the half, 28-21. Blue Devil basketball from the girls' side, right here at MeccaSportsCo.com.
Good things are happening at Hardee's, right, Brian?
You know, here at Hardee's, we have a new $6.99 original bag. And you get 2 sandwiches, a fry, and a drink. You have your choice for the sandwiches between a regular hot ham and cheese, regular roast beef, double cheeseburger, or one of our chicken tender wraps. So you can pick any 2 of those, get a hot fry and a cold drink for only $6.99 here at Hardee's on 30th and Broadway.
That's Hardee's at 30th and Broadway, Quincy.
If you're building a house, remodeling an older home, thinking about a new deck, or need a whole new kitchen, Woodmart is your project partner. Since 1978, Woodmart has been the most trusted building materials and kitchen and bath design company in the Quincy area. At Woodmart, you'll find enthusiastic, experienced professionals helping you through every phase of your project. We offer smart advice for the contractor or do-it-yourselfer and top-quality materials. Woodmart Building Center, 2000 North 12th, Quincy, your project partner since 1978.
At Sleep Tight in Quincy and Jacksonville, we believe everyone deserves a better night's sleep. Discover top mattress brands like Tempur-Pedic, Sealy, and Stearns & Foster. Your purchase always includes free delivery, free setup, and free removal of your old mattress. Plus, enjoy 0% interest for up to 5 years. Better bed, less money. Only at your locally owned Sleep Tight in Quincy and Jacksonville, where comfort and community come together.
Sleep tight. Sleep tight.
And welcome back to Sophie Classic. It is halftime. Strafford's got the lead on Quincy, 30-21. We got a special guest. He's been sitting to the right of me. He was sitting to the left. Well, now he's sitting to the left. He gave me his spot, too. Mason with Asher Scouting. And I'll tell you, we've had a chance to talk here. You're from Indianapolis. By the way, he's a Purdue fan, but he'll root for Indiana since he lives there.
Yeah. I don't know about that one.
But he travels all over following these with the Asher Scouting. And it's mainly the girls' action, but it's been a fun tournament, and talk a little bit about what you've seen here so far today, or actually the whole tournament.
Yeah, it's a really good tournament. They do a really good job down here of getting, some teams from all over the country in here this year, more so than last year. There's, it's a loaded tournament, you could say, this week. Multiple top 100 kids, multiple top 20 kids. You've got some of the very best schools with Long Island Lutheran in here, number 3 in the country. Incarnate Ward's always really good. There's just a ton of talent, and so far it's been really good. There's been a lot of competitive games. Only a couple games that have, not really been up to the billing, but some of those have been because there have been injuries. So overall, it's been really, really good.
That's why we did have Steve Long and I did talk about that a little bit, injuries. And, some of the tournaments and the shootouts, if you lose kids to other schools, they'll drop you from the tournament, as a safeguard, because that's what happened here. We had a couple where they were blowouts and running clocks, maybe 3 or 4 of them. Normally they're not. You mentioned the 2 teams that matched up yesterday, and probably the top 2 teams here, and that was Word as well as from out at New York.
Yeah, Long Island Lutheran. They've got 6 top 100 kids. They've got kids committed to Kentucky, Duke. Actually, they've got 2 from going to Kentucky, a Vanderbilt commit, a Harvard commit. They're one of the very best teams in the country. They travel all around the country every year and play basketball. So it's really cool to bring them into Missouri and have them play one of the top teams in Missouri. And Incarnate Word, who obviously also is very good, at basketball. And it was a really good game last night. It was about a 10-point game. Incarnate Word won, which is a a huge win for them on the national scene, and they did that without Addie Owen, who is their point guard, going to Southeast Missouri, and she'd got injured in the game before. And so for them, without her even, that's a really, really good win.
And again, our game yesterday, we saw Addie Bjorn going to Texas. Good ball player, down to that last. And when she missed the last free throw, that was the sign of a good kid. She turned with a smile to her team, almost like, look, did my best, and didn't get all bent out of shape or didn't see her crying about that, which was good. And we had Chloe Nicholson in that game as well, which you kind of compared those two players, and I'll let you give your comparison to Addie, who's a senior, and Chloe, who's a sophomore.
Yeah, so I actually had first seen Chloe back in 2023, and when I saw her, I knew she was going to be a really good basketball player. And hilariously, my comparison back then was Addison Bjorn. I had seen Iowa's coach Jan Jensen, then an assistant coach, and had said, hey, you need to go watch this Chloe Nicholson kid. She reminds me exactly of Addison Bjorn when she was that age. And, Iowa recruited Addison. They really like Chloe, but yeah, that was a really good game. Two players who are almost identical on the floor. Chloe obviously shoots the three a little bit more than Addison does, but you can't really ask for much more than a one-point game when it comes down to it at the line.
We've seen teams that bring in their school teams that aren't traveling or that don't really have those competitive. And I see more, maybe I'm wrong, but more of the boys with the prep that travel all over the country than we do the girls. They stay more regional, right?
Yeah. So on the girls' side, from what I've seen, they mostly stay within their area. There aren't as many top-tier echelon girls prep programs, academy programs, as there are on the boys' side, so they tend to stay more regional. So it's really good, like I had mentioned earlier, to get a team like Long Island Lutheran in here to play, so the fans in this community can see, really good basketball.
Other plays that you've seen that you like, or other teams, and they're loaded with college recruits, and a lot of them are all college recruits, and they all are actually, all the way down from the junior college up. We're going to get them. We see a lot of the big names out here, and of course with the schools, but some of those key players that you've seen out here.
Yeah, obviously I think we're watching two of them in this game right here, the Larson sisters. One of them's going to Colorado State. The other one's going to be recruited, on kind of the same level. Chloe Nicholson, is one of the best players in the event as well. Incarnate Word, Long Island Lutheran, those are two really good programs. I thought Doniphan the other day had some really good talent. Eve Long is a top 2027 who was here. She scored 44 points last night, set the record for the most points in a game here at the Classic. So there's just, Faith Family Academy too, even from Texas. They're another program that's kind of like Long Island Lutheran, where they travel more nationally to play their games. They've got a couple Division I commits. One's going to Washington, and then a couple low major kids. So for them to be up here too, it's been really good. And then obviously the whole event's littered with D2, D3, NAIA type kids as well.
That's the chance for all of them to come out, because they're going to have to wait for the D1 kids to decide where they're going anyway. I always looked, when I coached some 40 years ago and we were making the move to Division II, I was looking at Division I kids who went the first year, thought they were going to make it, and then we're looking for a place to play. Yeah. And we took one, Lisa Deeney, out of Illinois State down at Quincy College, and she turned out to be a pretty good darn player as well. Talking about the Western Big Six, and that's the conference Quincy's in, I had mentioned Linnell Awu, who's a senior out there. Not probably as talented as her sister, but nice size in that. We talked about her sister, who ended up going to NC State. Not there anymore. Fill us in.
Yeah, so, she was dismissed from NC State for one reason or another. The reason doesn't matter, but she's no longer there. So the thing for her now is she doesn't have to enter the transfer portal, because it was a split from the team. So she just enrolled at Baylor, and then after you take your first class, you can go up to the coaching staff and say, hey, I want to play basketball here. I'm, player A. And they can either have you come play basketball, or they can say no thanks. So that was her thing. She enrolled at Baylor, took classes, and now will be joining the team. I doubt she'll play this semester, but she'll be on the team for next year.
And when she went to NC State had put together a pretty good program and stepping in there, so I'm not sure. I really didn't follow how she was. Was she getting playing time? Was there any situations there? Where's Baylor sitting right now in the Are they still in the SEC? No, they're out.
No, they're the Big 12.
That's right.
Yeah.
We changed so many conferences.
Yeah,
we got UCLA and USC in the Big 10. What are you talking about?
Yeah. Yeah. No, Baylor's pretty solid this year. Top 15, top 20 team. They actually handed Iowa State their first loss the other night, so that was a big win for them. She's going to be a really good addition next year as they need more depth in the post. So, they're going to be a top 15, 20 team every year, and she'll come right in and help them out.
So where do you head after you leave here?
Yeah, so I'll be back in Indiana for a couple days, and then I'll head to Ohio for the Classic in the City, which is another event like this that brings in more national teams. They've got a really good connection with Canada, so there'll be a lot of the Canadian prep schools there, as well as some programs from Kentucky, Tennessee, and then Ohio.
Fantastic. Mason, thank you for joining us. That is Asher Scouting. So if you want to check it out and see him out there, tell him hi and tell him Jeff Wellman sent you. He'll go, who? Oh, that guy from the Sophie Classic. So thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
You got her there. All righty. And we're going to stay right here and not take a break since they're already ready to start the second half. Good enough right there with the headset as Coach Dance will be up here. Figured we might as well talk scouting from a guy who's been around covering the girls all over. Coach Pettit's another one of these guys who know if I say a person, he right away mentions, oh, that's so-and-so from so-and-so, going to so-and-so. Did you follow all that? Second half, the Devils will have the basketball down 30-21. Chloe Nicholson along with Miley Loncourt, Madeline Hamby, Cameron Byquist, and Jada Brown. Man and will come from the Indians. Elsie and Kinley. That's the Larson girls. Lydia Gooden in there. Trista Van Horn, who got 2 quick fouls, who sat a lot of the first half, and Blair Boo. Nicholson steps behind the screen, takes a 3. Good. Chloe Nicholson starts off the second half with a 3-pointer out top. Nicholson, her second 3, 8 points, brought to you by Woodmart Building Center. Jack McKenzie Way. That's out there on 12th and Seminary Road. And I think 2000 North 12th. Lob inside and a good pass there into Van Horn. And a basket. Nobody could come from the weak side on that one. 30-24. Devils, check that, 32-24. Devils down. Forgot that first half was 30. Devils in the half-court set. On the right side, bouncing inside. Brown got double team. Kicks it out to the top from the college 3. Ball hits the back of the rim. No good. Loncourt with a shot inside going over Van Horn was Nicholson. For Chloe, it'll be her second foul. First team foul of the second half. In that first half, Brown had 12 points. And on the other side, 15 points from Kinley Larson. 3 trays, and they're all long distance. Played a minute here. Elsie drives. Oh, and this one, a block shot by Nicholson. And a foul. It'll be her third, so Chloe gets 2 quick fouls in the second half. Looked like there was separation. It looked like a possible, but then Elsie, a senior, going to Colorado State, knows how to use the body and take it to the hole. She gets her first. She was 2 for 2 at the line, so 3 for 3 in this ball game. Devils down by 9. Second one, no good. Van Horn almost fouls over the back of Brown, but Brown gets the rebound. Jada to Nicholson, all the way down court, Hamby. Hamby gets a smack from behind. Elsie looks at the official because she smacked it off of Hamby, but the Devils will get it back. Actually, Brown and Nicholson were in the back court, thinking the ball was coming their way. Out of bounds play, Loncourt to Trigger. Out top to Jada. Loncourt comes out and gets it, trying to work around a screen. Back to Jada. She'll take the 3 from out high. Good! Jada Brown hits a 3 from outside, her first of the day. Your project partner, you know it, Woodmart Building Center, woodmartbuildingcenter.com. Inside, Trista Horn, turnaround shot, no good. Weak side, Boo got it, no good. Rebound inside, Loncourt. Devils have the basketball. Nicholson back. Now Nicholson tries to throw it in. Kinley steals the ball. In the lane, kicks it back out. Elsie Larson starts to make a drive. She'll kick it out to her sister on the right wing. Fires a 3, no good. Van Horn gets inside. Trista got inside 2 of the Devils. Devils couldn't screen her out, and we got a 35-27 game in the half-court set. And Nicholson tries to go across court. Boo was the last person down the court, and so as the pass was across court, it went right in the hands of Boo. Luckily on the other end, Elsie Larson Loses the ball right in front of the Sofas. Full court pressure being applied. Nicholson will have it 84 feet from the basket. 5:40 left in this third quarter. 35-27, Strafford with the 8-point lead. Low block is Hamby and Brown. Nicholson on the corner. Hamby sets a screen. Jada now setting up Van Horn. Loses her, looks for the high screen. But Miley gets in her way. Jada will go to the other side. Byquist lost the dribble and kicks it out of bounds. Little losing the flow there a little bit from the Devils. Jada was trying to work. Spacing got bad. Jada went to the other side, and before Cameron could pass her the ball, dribbled it out of bounds. 5 minutes still left in the third quarter. Gooden to the left side. Kenny Larson, she had trouble holding on to the basketball. Loncourt's out on her. Zeri Ward, check that, Hamby still in the game. In that 1-2-2 from the Devils. Nicholson at the point. Hamby and Byquist the high post. Flashing up at the elbow. Elsie kicks it right side. Twist the horn, no good. Great job of screening out by Loncourt. She screened her man off the court, and it gave time for Hamby to track it down. Down to the left side. Good job from Byquist. Byquist into Jada Brown, hustling down the court for the basket. Give the assist to Byquist. Give the basket to Jada Brown. Hamby knocks the ball away. Boo lost it. Jump ball with Boo and Hamby. Devils do a nice job of defense. 4:33 left in the third. Right in front of the Indian bench, or is it going to be on the baseline? It will be baseline. Kinley Larson to trigger. Van Horn screens for Elsie Larson. She pops out. Now down low. Blocking the shot is Nicholson. Blocked the shot of Van Horn, who makes a slow move. Big, good moves, but a little slow on that. Loncourt bounces it in the right corner. Back to the top. Nicholson fires. Three-pointer no good. Byquist is trying to get a handle on it, then twist an ankle, but she's all right. And a foul at half court. It will be Madeline Hamby, which stopped the action and gave Byquist a chance to get down. Hamby's second. Third team foul in the third quarter. No fouls yet on the Indians. 4:13 left in the quarter. Again, the 1-2-2 still set up as usual. Nicholson at the point. Byquist and Hamby stretched out as well. Brown and Loncourt. Loncourt's going to have to take Van Horn inside. Nicholson tips the ball. It's back out to half court. Running it down into the ball game, Ada Baker. Baker looking at the high post. Van Horn's not there, into the left corner. Jada Brown tried to go inside. They go to Boo. Tipped out. It will be Indians ball. 19 on the shot clock. Remember, both teams really haven't had to worry about it. Devils played a couple strong defensive stands. Got a shot clock violation. But usually Indians don't waste that much time putting it up. Nicholson's going to get a break. Chloe has 3 fouls right now. Got those 2 quick ones here in this quarter. Mia Elephants is in. On the drive, I think they're going to call Elephants, hanging on to the hip of Elsie Larson. For Mia, it's her first. Problem is it's the 5th team foul. And, well, I thought it was the 5th. They put now 4 up there, so, yeah, it is 4, sorry. On the side, Kinley. Crossover dribbles, takes it inside. Wow, she got it within 6 feet on Loncourt. Her first basket of the second half. 37-29. Indians with the lead. Devils with the basketball, man-to-man coming from the Indians. Byquist right wing, trying to lob it in, but that's way too far a lob to Jada. Jada flashes. Boo is waiting on the weak side. Byquist looks in from the right. Hamby will come over to set a screen, but Byquist will go. And Kinley Larson just leans in with the upper body to kind of push Byquist. She'll get her second foul. First team foul of the third quarter. Boo to take a break. Into the ball game is Lizzie Van Horn for the Indians. Nicholson's back in for Hamby. Plays called with Nicholson. Comes around, Brown. They read that pretty good because they usually lob it in for Nicholson. Ball was tipped, but Jada tracked it down. Jada hard to the hole, no good. Byquist travels in, count it! Byquist, the offensive rebound. They were worried about the other players down there. Byquist gets the shot, the basket, and she has a chance at a blue collar. Cameron hits those boards hard, whether it's offensive or defensive. Foul was called. They got Van Horn on the board for 1, but she has 3. She had 2 early in the first. Byquist, free throw, good. Blue collar 3 for Cameron Byquist. 35-32. Nope, check that 37-32. Missed that last basket there. And, of course, brought to you by your project partner since 1978, Woodmart Building Center. 37, I have 37-32. They've got 37-30. So somewhere along the line, I'm about to double-check my scoring there. Back on defense. 3 minutes left, third quarter action. Working the left side. Elsie kicks it all the way out, and quickly from the right side up high, straight down to Van Horn. Pass was thrown down there by Ada Baker, and it's an and one with 2:55 left in the third. Called on Jada Brown, her second foul. In the double bonus, the rest of the 2:55 on the Devils. Van Horn completes the three-point play. 40-30. Devils are down by 10. A double check there. Jada doing a lot of dribbling outside, gets it Ellifritz. Left side, Hamby. Hamby back out to Jada. Jada fakes the three, then takes Van Horn. Van Horn doesn't get called for it. Stops her, though. Back to Nicholson at the top. Down to 12 on the shot clock. Chloe behind the back, pulls up, 16-footer. Partially blocked by Elsie. Rebounded once by Nicholson. She missed. And then Byquist takes it all the way in with a dribble and a crossover. Byquist with another basket. Good job by Cameron, 40-32. Devils down by 8. On the defense, Van Horn at the free throw line. Kicks it out, down to the right corner. Driving baseline, then kicks it all the way to the left side, and that's a three-pointer by Elsie Larson. Defense sucked in there. Three-pointer from the outside, 43-32 inside. 3 minutes left in the third quarter. Nicholson out high, gets a screen. Finally there, they get Elsie Larson. And as you heard, too, a lot of these tournaments, you know, or the summer leagues, the college top players who play very physical. Byquist will come out. Elsie's first foul. We're in the third quarter with 1:45 left. Loncourt has the ball out high. Right side is Nicholson, left side is Hamby. High post, Jada Brown, low post, Mia Ellifritz. Brown comes out to set a screen. Loncourt pulls up from 15. Comes up a little short arm. And short on the shot. Kenley Larson the rebound, coming down the left side. Larson tries to go in. Nicholson tipped it away, but Larson got it back. Lob it inside. Mismatched inside. Help from the weak side from Loncourt. Ellifritz was there too. It's going to be on Mia, her second. 2 shots either way since we're past the 5 fouls. Van Horn will go in, and when they reverse the ball, Mia's inside, and she's matched up with some big gals this year, but she is outmanned in there at the 6-foot Van Horn. Van Horn hits the first free throw. She'll have one more. Second one good as well. So 2 for 2 at the charity stripe from Van Horn. 3 out of 3 in the third quarter. Looks like 6 out of 7 for the Indians. 6 out of 8 from the free throw line. Good shooting team. 45-34. Devils with the basketball in the backcourt. Having problems. Taken away was Elsie Larson. Missed the shot. Might have got bumped. Chloe Nicholson has it taken away. Larson goes in. Nicholson fouls. And that's what happens. We don't get help and we don't pass out. And once the steal's there, trying to recover for Nicholson, it's going to be her 4th foul. 3 in the second half. Elsie Larson will go to the line to shoot 2. Being in the double bonus with 1:09 left third quarter action. Hamby up to go in for Nicholson. Free throw is good. Elsie Larson. Seven-point run unanswered by the Devils. 2 quick threes and then a free throw. Make that 2 free throws. 47-34. 1 minute left in the quarter. Full court pressure being applied by Strafford. Loncourt across the timeline, gets it to Brown. Jada looks for a backdoor cut. Byquist was there for the backdoor cut. Ball rolled off the rim. Good hustle, but better hustle from Elsie Larson. She came flying out of there, went coast to coast, missed, but Byquist gets the rebound on the other end. Now Cameron's going to turn her gears on. Cameron goes back to the front of the basket. Cameron all the way to the hole, switches to the left hand, and hits the basket. Byquist puts it in the other gear. Devils within 11, 47-36. Elsie comes in, misses everything, and Tristan Van Horn is having a quarter. She got the easy putback. 49-36, 17 left in the quarter. Longcore with the basketball down the left side. Mia Ellifritz brings it in front. Jada Brown uses the screen now from the right. Jada steps away. Ellifritz gets run into. A little late there coming up, and that was Ada Baker, her first foul. 14 foul on Strafford with only 6.1 seconds. Devils will have the last chance, down 49-36. Checking in for the ball game, Chloe Henson, her first trip, giving Elise Larson a break. Long court triggered in. We'll go into Nicholson. Nicholson starts to work, gets hand checked first of all. Now gets hand checked again. Nicholson goes up. No good on the shot, but she's shooting two. Got by the first two hand checks. Devils hit 2 threes early in the third quarter here. Jada Brown and Chloe Nicholson haven't hit one since. Foul was called on the sub Henson. Coming in to hound Nicholson. Chloe at the line to shoot two. First one is good. Nicholson will have another. Don't forget to stick around for the post-game show brought to you by Hardee's. We'll also talk to Coach. Brought to you by the Cunis Auto Group, Faith Family, and Giving Back. Nicholson's second one. Shooter's touch, uses it all, goes in. And Chloe immediately gets subbed with those fouls with 1.1 seconds left in the third. Devils put a little full court pressure out. Ball rolls up to half court. And before the shot could be fired, which hit the net, we have played 3 quarters. Down 30-21 at the half, find themselves down 49-38 after 3 quarters. We're back with the fourth quarter, and hey, baby, got to put a rally on here. It's Blue Devil basketball from the girls' side right here at MegaSportsCo.com.
If you're building a house, remodeling an older home, thinking about a new deck, or need a whole new kitchen, Woodmart is your project partner. Since 1978, Woodmart has been the most trusted building materials and kitchen and bath design company in the Quincy area. At Woodmart, you'll find enthusiastic, experienced professionals helping you through every phase of your project. We offer smart advice for the contractor or do-it-yourselfer and top-quality materials. Woodmart Building Center, 2000 North 12th Quincy, your project partner since 1978.
And back after 3 quarters, Lindsay Cunningham out talking. Now Sophie's going to do some talking. Talked to Lindsay a little bit there, and of course they both played at Columbia Rockbridge, both played at Mizzou, and friends with Jordan Frericks. So Lindsay had just said, she had just texted Jordan, and we said, now Kvitli, and I believe they were talking about how many kids everybody's got. Lindsay Cunningham just had her second, 4 months old. And if you saw it online that Sophie signed a new 4-year contract, it's fake news. I said something, oh, you signed a new contract? She said, no, fake news. Fourth quarter's here. Devils uphill here, 49-38 in the last. Kenley Larson only had 2 in that quarter, but did a lot, and it was her sister with 5. Van Horn was really had the quarter. Unofficially had 9, 11 in the ball game. I'll have to get around and check the official board up there. Devils have it in the fourth quarter. Lob inside to Jada Brown. Gooden came over to knock the ball out of bounds. It is Byquist, Longcore, Hamby, Brown, and Nicholson. Nicholson's got 4 fouls now. Byquist had 3 in the first half. She has not fouled in the second half. Devils basketball, Longcore all the way out in that corner. Back to the top, Nicholson. Gets a screen from Jada Brown. Comes around, kicks it to Hamby. Hamby sets up in the right corner. Oh, rattles in and out. Good rebound by Nicholson going straight up. It looked like it might have been on the back, but and on the weak side rebound after the missed shot by Chloe, here comes Elsie Larson. Passes down to Gooden. Gooden was going up for a shot. Byquist flew by her. Gooden traveled, but they called Byquist for the foul, and it'll be her 4th. First team foul of the fourth quarter. Played 28 seconds so far. In the left corner. No good. 3-pointer. Weak side, Longcore. Longcore and Byquist were both fighting for it. Devils have it. Down the right side, Nicholson. Nicholson stops behind the back. Pops out to Jada Brown. Jada Brown, good from 3. Give Nicholson the assist. Jada Brown, the shot from outside. 49-41. Devils back on D. In the high post, down it to Kinley. Kinley makes a drive, jumps back out to a 45-degree, And a nice acrobatic shot there from Larson. 51-41. Devils can't just exchange baskets. They've got to be able to put some D-stands. Shot from outside was no good. Jada Brown was hustling for it and got checked off by Tristan. And then Kelsey Larson ran all the way down, saved the ball, missed her shot, got the shot on the weak side, and then Longcore and Nicholson were both there. Longcore's going to be whistled for the foul, so Nicholson does not foul out. Miley, her third. Team second here in the fourth quarter. Elsie Larson has 2 shots, makes the first. Again, we didn't have Elsie in the lineup, the doublemint, not twins, but the Larson twins. But in the first game here, she had 25, and Kinley had 31. Second free throw, good, 53-41. Good free throw shooting team. Long pass, and Hamby up with the left hand. Boo was there late. She commits the foul, and Hamby has a chance at the blue-collar 3. On Boo, it should be her first foul possibly. Yep. Her first foul, team's first. Devils have 2, 6:33 left in this ball game. Hamby completes the three-point play. Hamby with a nice job there. Brought to you by Woodmart Building Center, woodmartbuildingcenter.com. Timeout taken. 30-second timeout. We'll just keep it right here. Devils, like I said, from outside. Nicholson hit a 3 in the first. Jada Brown and Nicholson hit 1 each in the third. We had a blue-collar 3 from Byquist. And then another blue-collar in this quarter. In fact, both of our shots this one. Jada hits the 3 from outside. Hamby hits the bucket and 1. So on the day, 4 threes from outside and 2 blue-collar 3s brought to you by Woodmart Building Center. Kevin, the crew would like to have you come out and see them. 6:33 left after the timeout. Actually, they must have stretched it to a minute, although the Indians stayed on the floor. So Larson, Van Horn, Boo, and Gooden come out there for the maroon-looking team. Speaking of the maroon-looking team, that's the Blue Devils will be back in action next week. Tuesday, I believe it's the Devils at home against Alleman. Then on Thursday, off to Wharton Fieldhouse, Devils will be taking on the girls from Moline. Then on Friday, it's up there to see Sean Taylor for the boys to play Moline. See all that action right here, mechasportsco.com. Devils draw back in the 1-2-2 and wait. Elford's at the point. Longcore and Hamby at the high post. Longcore's got a break there. She's got 3 fouls. And down low, Nicholson and Brown. Elsie from the right side over to the left. Boo goes inside to Van Horn. Van Horn turns, misses the shot. But Gooden was on the weak side. Nobody could pick her up. Driving in it for a 12-footer, no good. Larson missed the shot. Nicholson with a rebound. Long pass, and you can't make it. Kinley was just waiting for that. She takes it away. She goes all the way in. And Nicholson had to let her go because Chloe's got 4 fouls. But I think Miley might have fouled her, and yes, she does. So 4 fouls now on Longcore, 4 fouls on Byquist, 4 fouls on Nicholson. 3rd team foul in this quarter for the Devils, 1 for the Indians. Out of bounds on the baseline. Kinley Larson to trigger. It comes out top. Elsie Larson. Now she looks for her sister, hands it off. Kinley looked at that ball and shot from 28, 30 feet. Instead, stops at 14. Spin move, has to go out. Good defense from the Devils. Elsie steps behind the arc, misses the shot. Flashing in is Boo. Boo. And Nicholson couldn't do much, tried to help out, but Boo gets the basket. Long rebounds. You got to screen them out on those long rebounds. Devils miss it there, 55-44. And now Elsie gets called out there with the hand check, her second team foul here in the 4th quarter. Devils with the basketball. Nicholson works the left side. Gooden comes out, gives it to Longcore. She's behind the college of mark. Backs it out now. Gooden's on her. Picking up was Elsie Larson. Getting the ball over here to Nicholson on the right wing. Starts to work. Goes behind the back through the legs. Starts to make a drive. Larson beats her to the baseline. Now a little fadeaway shot. No. Larson screened her out, and then Elsie goes after the ball. Trying to go coast to coast. 2 quick passes, and now Kinley. And Kinley throws it up from 30 feet, folks. Only her 4th, I should say 3, but still only. And it's 58-44. Clock didn't start for a second there. Still under 5 minutes. Longcroft from the right side. Her 3-pointer, no. Kinley Larson gets the rebound. Larson across the timeline. Elephants picks her up. Kinley's only a sophomore at 5'8". Elsie's the senior going to Colorado State. Missed shot. Chloe Nicholson with a rebound. In transition, down to Jada Brown. Jada with the score. And Van Horn the foul. Jada strong to the basket. She'll have an and one. Good outlet pass, down court over the defense of the Indians. Foul was called on Kinley Larson. I thought Van Horn was in there, but it is Kinley Larson's 3rd foul. 3rd team foul, both tied at 3 on team fouls in the 4th quarter. All the Devils go back for defense as Jada Brown completes the 3-point play. That 3-point play, it's your project planner. Ideas for every room, ideas for every project. Woodmart Building Center. 58-47. Blue collar 3 there by Jada Brown. Nice job. Her 1st of the game. As Hamby's got 1, so does Nicholson. Shot no good. Nicholson gets the rebound for the Devils. 58-47. In transition, Nicholson down the left side, in the corner. Elephant's going to pull up for 3. Going to come up short. Byquist fights for it. Does a great job of fighting Gooden for the basketball. Gets the offensive rebound, and Cameron gets the bucket. Did a reverse layup there from the right side to the left when she got that rebound. 58-49. 3:45, and it looks like Indians will stretch it out a little bit. It is a shot clock, though. 35-second shot clock. Short corner. Elsie tried to go low on Van Horn, instead comes out high to Gooden, and before she dribbles the basketball, travels, so Devils will get the basketball back. Back in the ball game, Lizzie Van Horn for Strafford. For the Devils, giving Elephants the break is Hamby. Back to the starters there, Byquist, Hamby, Loncourt, Nicholson, and Brown. Larson, Van Horn. So there you go, the doubles there. And the odd girl out is Ada Baker. Loncourt behind a Brown screen. Good from 3. Jada with a nice screen out on the side. Almost give her assist. Miley Loncourt her 1st bucket and a key 3 at the right time. 58-52. Devils on a little run here. 8 points from the right side. Actually checked that. That 3-pointer the last time probably did that. Inside Van Horn. Pass was thrown by her sister Lizzie, but stepped on the line as she was driving. So with 3:08 left in this one, Coach Larson wants to talk about it. We'll take a break. 3:08 left. Strafford 58, Quincy 52. Blue Devil basketball right here on MeccaSportsCo.com.
At Sleep Tight in Quincy and Jacksonville, we believe everyone deserves a better night's sleep. Discover top mattress brands like Tempur-Pedic, Sealy, and Stearns & Foster. Your purchase always includes free delivery, free setup, and free removal of your old mattress. Plus, enjoy 0% interest for up to 5 years. Better bed, less money. Only at your locally owned Sleep Tight in Quincy and Jacksonville, where comfort and community come together.
Sleep tight. Sleep tight.
Back at the Sophie Classic, day 3, but day 2 for the Blue Devils, who won yesterday 56-55 against Park Hill South from Riverside, Missouri. That's just north of Kansas City. Today at Strafford, which is just northeast of Springfield, Missouri, on Highway 44. 3:08 left. Devils have the ball, having to work 85 feet with some full court pressure. Jada Brown's going to bring it up with Trista Van Horn, the big girl, guarding her. To the right side, hands to Nicholson, then sets a screen. That's Jada. Back here to Jada, behind the arc. She drives Tristan. Oh, count it! Jada Brown took Tristan Van Horn to the basket. We talk about her quick moves from outside. Most players can't hang with her. Takes it all the way to the hole. Chance for the blue collar 3. They call it on Larson sliding in, and that'll be her 4th. Kinley Larson with 4. Check that. Now they put it back up there, and they get Van Horn for her 4th. And Jada Brown completes the 3-point play. 58-55. Devils down by 3. Yeah, and I didn't think Larson was anywhere near the play. In the left corner. Kicking it back out. Lizzie Van Horn It's skipped back over the left wing. Larson, that's Kinley. Pulls in, takes a shot, no good. Long rebound comes out, hits the floor. Lizzie Van Horn gets it. New 35-second shot clock for the Indians. Both the Larsons are on the left side. Kinley, and now Elsie flashes the high post. It's not there. Good job by Byquist, gets a steal. Gets it to Brown. Brown goes in, and count it. Madeline might have shuffled her feet, but they were watching the body contact, and Ada Baker will be committing the foul, her second. And for Madeline, who just had a blue-collar three, attempting the Blue Devils' fourth blue-collar three in the fourth quarter. 58-57, 2:16 left. Hamby by herself at the line. Oh, it rolls out. Devils still by one. Indians with a rebound. Elsie Larson brings it across the timeline. Devils were down by double figures, and after 11 after the third period. Left side Kinley, way out downtown, no good. Saving the ball is Gooden, but Gooden was stepping on the line before she threw it off a Hamby, so Blue Devil basketball with 2:01 left. We'll see if the full court pressure B is applied again. Longcore's in the backcourt, passing it in. Nicholson will bring it up. Elsie Larson will wait till half court. Inside 2 minutes left. Going to work with a Jada Brown screen. Nicholson comes over, goes all the way to the hole. Good off the glass. The runner by Nicholson. And the Devils have taken the lead, 59-58 with 1:45 left. Back to the top of the key. Boo to the right side. Back to Boo. Left side Gooden. They're letting her shoot. Oh, and a direct pass inside. You couldn't do anything about it. It's going to be Nicholson fouling it out as Van Horn had her sealed. Ball went to the left and went directly into the right block, because standing at the right block was Van Horn, who had Nicholson outside of her. And with 1:33 left in this one, we lose Chloe unofficially with 12 points. We'll double check that. Van Horn will be at the line to shoot two. 3 for 3 in the third quarter. Make that 4 for 4. Ties the ball game up, 59-59. Devils with 3 in the lane, screening out. Byquist with Ellifritz at half court. Second one rolls in and out. Ball is tipped away, though. Elsie tipped it. They say it went off a Blue Devil. So with 1:31, 59-59, Indians basketball. It was supposed to be deep in the corner, but Elsie got her to move down. Ball inbounded. Elsie sets the screen, then cuts to the basket. Stops, has to pull up. Good job by Jada Brown stepping up, but Elsie saw it coming and took the shot before she could get there. 61-59. Devils are down by 2, 1:15. Longcore to Byquist in the corner. Cameron drives, gets back to a 45. I'll tell you what, Cameron with that first step got Elsie Larson and got her on her hip. So when she jumped back to that 45, Larson fouled her, her third foul, all in this half. More importantly, the 15th foul on Stratford. So while Byquist will shoot two, as we are silent. Cameron's first off the back of the iron. All fouls against Stratford, actually against both teams, because that's 5 against Stratford, 4 on the Devils right now with 1:10 left. 61-59. Stratford has the 2-point lead. Cameron with one more. All the rest of the Devils are back, getting ready on the defensive side. Cameron's second one, no good. Missed opportunity there. Devils got to get back on D. 1-2-2 with Cameron at the point now. Nicholson's fouled out. Hamby and Longcore at the high post. Longcore's got 4 fouls, so does Byquist. 1 minute left. 20 on the shot clock. Indians trying to use some of the clock up. Skipped over here to Elsie. Larson backs it out. 15. Now Byquist comes over. And they call a grade school hand check at half court. Banging all through the game, but I guess it is at half court, but Byquist is going to foul out with a hand check at half court with 48.8 left. Bang inside, but do not touch that far away from the basket. Should be 11 points for Byquist on the game. Byquist had a heck of a ball game. At the line, Elsie Larson. She'll connect on the first free throw. She's got one more, 62-59. Nicholson and Byquist both out now. Second free throw. Good. 2 out of 2. Makes it a 63-59 lead. Timeout taken by the Devils. We'll take a quick timeout and wrap it up the last of the 48.8 seconds right here. MechaSportsCo.com.
Dreaming of a new kitchen or bath that's as functional as it is beautiful? At Woodmart Building Center, we bring your vision to life. Choose from a wide variety of cabinetry finishes and styles to fit any space and budget. Our expert designers work with you every step of the way to create a space that's uniquely yours. From timeless classics to modern masterpieces, your dream kitchen or bath starts here. Visit Woodmart Building Center today. Find us at woodmartbuildingcenter.com or stop by our showroom at North 12th and Seminary Road, Quincy.
Back here at the Sophie Classic, 63-59, 48.8 left in the ball game. Nicholson fouled out. That was just a bad positioning. She was in good position when the ball got reversed, though. Tristan Van Horn had the inside, and Chloe had her 5th foul with 1:33, and now Byquist at half court with a slight touch, 48.8 seconds. 12 and 11, respectively, with Chloe and Cameron. Full court pressure being applied now. Long court in the back is going to have Elsie Larson on her. Clearing out so Miley can bring it up. Hamby comes down the right side. Left side is Ella Fritz. Zeri Ward's in the ball game now. She pops out to the right side. Jada Brown slides, makes a cut to the basket on Van Horn. Trying to lob in. Hamby. Nice shot from the outside. Oh, Hamby came in, made a drive, took the shot off the glass. The second bounce popped out. Down to 25 seconds, and really Devils are going to have to come out and do something because the shot and game clock are pretty well even. Got to make a foul. And it's got to be Zeri Ward, and then finally she comes out. Fouls Kinley Larson. I'm sure we could have found somebody else. That's your situation there because Longcore's got 4, so she can't foul. Jada's only got 2. Mia's got 2. So Zeri's got to realize that high. She's got to commit the foul. At the line for the first time today, Kinley Larson. We know she can shoot from 20 to 30. How about 15 feet? Sure enough. We knew that would be. 16 seconds exactly in this game. 64-59. Devils, 4 in the lane. Second one is good. Kinley gets both of them. Makes it a 65-59 game. Devils, down court, Ella Fritz, right side to Ward. She pulls up quick for a shot, no good. It is air. Elsie Larson. They call the foul on Longcore. She's going to foul out. I think that one was kind of one of those that we know they're going to foul, and they called it before she got there. But, hey, Longcore, 4.2 seconds left. Miley will foul out with that 1 3-pointer in the fourth quarter. And obviously this is the thing that falls with us if it happens earlier in the game, and that is fouls with not a deep bench. And I don't mean we don't have players down there. We're just not as deep as the well, now they pass her the ball before Bristol Walker has a chance to come down. Bristol hits the first one. Elsie Larson hits the first one. Well, the Devils made a heck of a run at it. Took a lead 59-58. Larson hits 2 in a row there. Devils might take the last shot. Down 67-59. Jada Brown, a runner at the buzzer. And that's how we'll finish here. Second game after a good game yesterday, 56-55 for the victory. Devils fought back, down after 3, 49-38, down by 11. Would take the lead 59-58. A free throw would tie it up at 59, but then it was all Indians wrapping up the last 8 points of this ball game and winning 67-59. Of course, the Larson girls, most of the scoring, although Tristan Van Horn, third quarter, was a stud in there. They at least got her the ball as many times as possible. Well, that'll do it for the regular portion of our broadcast. Stick around. We've got the Hardy's post-game show. We'll also talk to Coach, brought to you by Cunis Auto Group, Faith, Family, and Giving Back. Jeff Wellman's been here in the afternoon. It's been a fun one in the afternoon. We'll talk to Coach afterwards. The final here from the Sophie Classic. The Indians of Strafford, 67. Your Quincy High Blue Devils from the girls' side, 59. And this has been Blue Devil Basketball from the girls' side right here on mechasportsco.com.
Mecha Sports Co. is proud to sponsor tonight's Player of the Game. Mecha Sports Co., your streaming platform for all Quincy High School basketball. Like us on Facebook and subscribe on YouTube to follow the action. Just search Mecha Sports Co. MECCASPORTSCO. And you can also find us at mechasportsco.com for the full game schedule and more.
This season on Fansville by Dr. Pepper.
Yes, college football is back.
Our lives finally have meaning again.
After a really long offseason.
Look, our QB's on the draft slide.
Whoa!
Oh, he's going. To where?
Not where he expected.
Everything will be questioned.
What is this place?
Don't they know it's Saturday?
Everything.
College football is changing.
The Dr. Pepper flavors, too.
It's all connected.
Fansville Season 8.
I don't think I've ever seen someone slide so far.
College football, it's a Pepper thing.
Cunis Auto Group is proud to sponsor Mecha Sports Broadcasting.
If you're looking to score your next new ride, be sure to visit Cunis Honda.
And Cunis Hyundai of Quincy.
With over 300 new and used vehicles to choose from, you won't find a selection like this anywhere else.
Plus, give your vehicle the game plan to success by servicing with our new state-of-the-art service center.
Visit Cunis Auto Group of Quincy on 36th Street and see how Cunis makes it easy.
Good things are happening at Hardee's, right, Brian?
You know, here at Hardee's, we have a new $6.99 original bag. And you get 2 sandwiches, a fry, and a drink. You have your choice for the sandwiches between a regular hot ham and cheese, regular roast beef, double cheeseburger, or one of our chicken tender wraps. So you can pick any 2 of those, get a hot fry and a cold drink for only $6.99 here at Hardee's on 30th and Broadway.
That's Hardee's at 30th and Broadway, Quincy.
And welcome back here to the Sophie Classic. Devils with a tough one here as they got back into the ball game. Took the lead 59-58 after being down 11 after 3 quarters. So, hey, baby was there. But the end, it was Indians at the free throw line, scoring their last, I believe, 7 or 8 points. Now, it was 7 out of 9 maybe from the free throw line to win 67-59. Devils will fall to 12-6. Strafford 8-1, but there are a couple games on their schedule that had nobody listed down there. They did not report, so we'll have to check on that. I'll give you the unofficial scoring here as I'm doing a double check, and they already took it off the board, and the board was around the corner where I couldn't see it as well. So Devils had 3 foul out. Nicholson fouled out at the 133 mark. Byquist at half court, 48.8, and then Miley had to foul the last one, and it was 4.2 seconds. So 3 of the Devils foul out. Unofficially, I got Jada Brown with 27. 12 out of Chloe Nicholson, 11 out of Cameron Byquist, 7 from Hamby, and 3 from Longcore, although that might actually add up to 1 extra point, so I'll double check that, as I always do at night. And on the other side for Stratford, leading the way, and I got the Larson girls with 24 and 21, although that may be off a little bit as well, because I'm off a couple points there. Otherwise, you had Van Horn inside, 12 to 14 possible points, missing 1 there. 4 points there from Blair Boo, and 2 points out of Zoe Allison way back in the first quarter, and didn't see her after that. So a lot of the Larsons in the first quarter only hit 1 3. Second quarter 3, that made 4. 1 in the third quarter 5, and 1 in the fourth quarter 6. So unlike last year where Kinley hit 9 all by herself, it was 6 3-pointers. But they're good at the free throw line. Unofficially here, 2, 4, 6, 8. Somewhere around 14 for 17 or 18. Unofficially, if we get a stat sheet out here, which they do have, we'll break that down for you as well. So Devils, after looking like maybe, after 15-15 at the first quarter, down by 9 at half, 30 to 21. Down by 11 in the third quarter, 49-38. So at that point, a lot of people would throw the towel in. Coach Dance's squad did not. Coach Dance's squad did a heck of a job there and got to a lead 59-58. But free throws down the line and a bucket. It was 67-49. Devils with the loss. I do have to think that Coach Dance is going to have to be happy with the play of the Devils being down and picking up the slack at the end there and pushing it. But once you started seeing the girls go out, I think at that point with the fouls and the free throw shooting, it was all over. And even with Nicholson fouling out with 1:33, Devils were still on a good run there. And then Byquist at the hand check at half court. So good ball game, good team. Strafford's got a good-looking team, as most of the teams up here are pretty darn good-looking. And we saw one yesterday as well. So Coach Dance will be up here in a second. We thank all of our sponsors out there, including our halftime sponsor, 8 Open, tied into Atlas Slice as well. So appreciate that. Our 3-point sponsor, Woodmart Building Center. And, of course, we are in the Hardee's post-game show brought to you by Hardee's, 30th and Broadway. Brian Harms at the grill, at the office. He is everywhere, and Brian Harms is the man. So waiting for Coach Dance to sneak up here. He is making his way. Tell you some good stuff here, and I think the Devils proved well, performed well, and showed well. So that was some good stuff out there. So also thank you to Greg Longston for the pregame, and also Mason at halftime with Asher scouting for halftime and breaking it all down. And now joining me, brought to you by Cunis Auto Group, Faith Family and Giving Back, Brad Dance. And Coach, I tell you, we knew we had a good team. Last year we were playing against, we had Kinley Larson. We didn't see her sister. You put them in there, it's double your pleasure because they're going to fire it up. And I guess the older sister plays a little more physical up and down the court. But I thought we played so well. We got to that third quarter, down by 11, 49-38, and the resiliency to come back, take a lead at 59-58. I thought your Devils played darn well there, and it came down to losing girls to fouls and basically putting them on the free throw line.
Yeah, I felt like in the first half we weren't able to keep the kids on the court that we needed to be, and we talked about that after the game, how we've got to be able to be, mentally tough. You have to adjust each game how the officials are. They're not going to change, so you have to make sure you're the one that's smart enough to do what you need to do defensively, get to the right spots. And, I talked about in the fourth quarter, we played about 5 minutes, and there was no whistle at our end at their end defensively because we were moving our feet. We weren't reaching. I mean, Chloe had the girl, rode the girl towards the baseline. A lot of times that's a foul for her because she's got her hands on her. But she realized at that point, I had 4 fouls. She's playing defense with her hands up. The girl throws a skip pass, and we get a turnover. So those are the things that we talk about that we have to do the entire game, not just when your backs are against the wall because you have 4 fouls. You got to be able to defend from the opening tip, but you have to be smart. We can't have fouls with 10 seconds left in the shot clock out here at half court when the girl's dribbling away from the basket. I mean, those aren't good basketball plays, and those are things that hurt us. And we talk about when we have our 5 on the court, we're pretty darn good. We weren't able to have our 5 on the court very much today.
And that happened. Encore had 2 fouls early, so she had to sit. Nicholson gets some fouls. Last foul on her, it was just a good offensive play. They ran it from the right wing.
Yeah.
Chloe's fronting. When they got to the top, Tristan just sealed her away, and nothing she could do about it.
A little bit on the pass before, she was a little bit late on getting around her, and then that caused it. But like you said, I mean, that girl, she's a good offensive player, and I thought, for the most part, I thought the girls did well, especially in that second half where they showed a little bit of resiliency and some fight.
Well, you have to when you're down like that, and against good ball teams like this as well. Overall, now the last one on Cameron, I thought was a touch foul that far out there. I thought but that really didn't matter. Overall, the officiating was pretty good. Now, I will say yesterday, I wasn't real sure on Jada's playing defense on those couple quick calls on her and all that. But as you say, you got to adjust. Jerry Leggett used to say, I think it was a 6-point turnaround for the team who adjusts first to the officials. You make up your own number.
We didn't do that today, unfortunately. So, yeah.
I tell you, when we get up 59-58 and you're looking and saying, wow, this team battled back, we've got the squad. And Mason joined us during the halftime. He talked about it. Greg Logston talked about it in the pregame about how well all the pieces are coming together. We're just not deep enough.
Yeah.
Ziri came in, helped out, held there too. That's where the younger players are learning. When she got in the game and we needed a foul, you got to do it, Ziri, because everybody else is in foul trouble.
Yeah.
But that's experience and learning.
Yep. And that's why we do this, but that's also stuff that, when we talk about it, you've got to be able to, we talk about it in a timeout, we're going to do this, this, and this. You've got to be able to execute it. But, yeah, for the most part, I feel like we're getting there at times when we are a little bit more efficient with our offense and consistent. But sometimes, unfortunately, today we weren't. But credit that also to a very good defensive team too.
And
they're a good team.
Oh, and a lot of good contact. And Elsie's going to be good because she can already make that college contact on that, driving or leaning in and that. But that's part of the game. If you can play good D with your feet, but also get a little stronger in there as well. Overall for the weekend, got to give yourself a good grade. What would you give the Devils?
Yeah, I'd probably go about a B, B plus maybe. I mean, I feel like we were. I guess I'm not overly positive because I think you were wanting a higher grade. But
no, I wasn't.
No, because I just felt we. If we executed, and the girls felt at halftime, that was probably one of our worst 16 minutes a half yesterday in the first half. We responded in the second half. We played a lot better. We talked about it at halftime today. They actually got down a little bit more in the third quarter, but came back in the fourth quarter, and and they showed what they're capable of. So those are the things that we have to take away. That we've got to know that you're good enough to be out here. You're good enough to play. They want you doing these things for a reason. So go out and do what we need you to do.
You talk about grading here. I'm from the old school, and when we were in school, you had to get at least a 93 to get an A.
Yeah.
It was not 90, 80, 70, 60. If you got a 60, I'm sorry, you flunked the class. And so, and you've got to be hard as coach. And the girls are hard on themselves, I'm sure, as they look at it and going, okay, I understand. So you go back and look at the film. And this is, again, why we work so hard during a season. It's nobody won or lost the state tournament today. Yeah. It's all a process of building that foundation. And I think each year we've come here. Last year we had 2 overtime games, won one, lost one. I thought on the comeback there, it had been a nice comeback win. But you just got to get over that hump. And I was quite happy with the girls. We got them healthy again, so keep them healthy.
That's the goal.
Now, will you stick around and watch anything else, or are you about ready to head home?
No, we're going to go home. I can watch it all. There's online games. So
you sound like Altmix when he was sitting at home the other night for the route game.
Yeah.
Now, you did get to see Principia down here, didn't you?
Yeah, and I've got about 5 films on them, and sometimes I don't want to see them because they're pretty darn good. So yeah, that'll be a fun challenge and a good atmosphere. Another tough game. So
we already told people that's at 1:30, the shootout on the 24th in Quincy. That's a week before the game we keep talking about, or I do, the Galesburg rematch.
Yep.
And we're going to talk about this. I'm going to get Pepsi involved because they said something about highlighting the game, and they're already a sponsor. That might be the game to try to pack that place and maybe pack it and have people on the other side with the band and everything else.
I think we have a little kids pom camp that day too, so there'll be a lot of people there.
A waiting list to get into the gym. You got to like that.
Yeah.
Well, it's been a lot of fun for the Devils this weekend. I think we got a lot of learning still to go, but I think a victory and a close one here at the end with, you said, the resiliency, and have a safe trip home. And guess what? We get to see more Maroon next week as we go up to Wharton Fieldhouse.
Yeah, they're playing pretty well right now, so that'll be a tough challenge for us.
Beat Sterling, I believe.
Yes, they did by 14.
So, gosh. So, Devils will be ready. So
yeah, we will be. We'll have a good week.
All right, thank you, Coach.
Thank you very much. Have a safe trip home.
You too, and a slow one. And that was Brad Dance. His comments are brought to you by the Cunis Auto Group, Faith, Family, and Giving Back. We'll take a quick break, come back to wrap it up here at the Sophie Classic. Devils lose this one, but play well, coming back 67-59 right here on MeccaSportsCo.com.
Cunis Auto Group is proud to sponsor Mecca Sports Broadcasting.
If you're looking to score your next new ride, be sure to visit Cunis Honda.
And Cunis Hyundai of Quincy.
With over 300 new and used vehicles to choose from, you won't find a selection like this anywhere else.
Plus, give your vehicle the game plan to success by servicing with our new state-of-the-art service center.
Visit Cunis Auto Group of Quincy on 36th Street and see how Cunis makes it easy.
Better bed, less money at Sleep Tight in Quincy and Jacksonville. Shop Tempur-Pedic, Sealy, and Stearns & Foster with free delivery, setup, removal, and 0% financing for up to 5 years.
Sleep tight. Sleep tight.
This stream is brought to you by Mecca Sports Co., your streaming platform for all 4 Quincy High School basketball teams. Be sure to subscribe and like on YouTube and Facebook. Just search Mecca Sports Co., and you won't miss a thing from QHS Blue Devils and Lady Devils with coverage for the QND Raiders and Lady Raiders on the road. Be sure to visit MeccaSportsCo.com for the complete schedule of games and more.
And back at the Mega Mobile Studio, brought to you by Sleep Tight, better bed, less money. Quincy and Jacksonville, that's SleepTightMidwest.com. And we're in the Hardy's post-game show. We thank Coach, as we just mentioned, from the Cunis Auto Group. Of course, his comments brought to you by them, Faith, Family, and Giving Back. A lot of fun here. Beautiful day outside. We'll enjoy that as well. By the way, my Bears won. I didn't get to see it, but they did win there. And for all you Packer fans, I'm sorry. And the final here, of course, today was 67-59. Jada Brown leading the way unofficially, 27 on our side. But the Larsons combined for at least 45. I got to get an official one on that, as I'll pick up an official stat sheet as I'm leaving here. Glad you were with us on this beautiful afternoon. A lot of good ball down here, and expect us to come back next year for the Sophie Classic. It'll be our 4th year, as last We covered 1 2 years ago, both games last year and both games this year. And it's always nice to be invited down here because you just don't get in with media credentials just like that. So feel like we're part of the family now. So, again, thanks to everybody that joined us out here today. Your final here from the Sophie Classic. The Strafford Indians, 67. Your Quincy High Blue Devils, 59 from the girls' side. And that'll do it for Blue Devil basketball right here on mechasportsco.com. Good day, everyone.
Good things are happening at Hardee's, right, Brian?
You know, here at Hardee's, we have a new $6.99 original bag. And you get 2 sandwiches, a fry, and a drink. You have your choice for the sandwiches between a regular hot ham and cheese, regular roast beef, double cheeseburger, or one of our chicken tender wraps. So you can pick any 2 of those, get a hot fry and a cold drink for only $6.99 here at Hardee's on 30th and Broadway.
That's Hardee's at 30th and Broadway, Quincy.